Okra, they have another set. If you go to Crimson Logic, you have all the credit scoring, credit evaluation set, right? Then you go to Invis, they have all the transaction set, right? And then of course there are a lot of small players. Okay. So what we have done is, as an information technologies, we built superhighway that connects all the silo into one DOTS. DOTS stands for Data Omnichannel Technology Solution. Omnichannel is different from multi-channel. Multi-channel is, again, there are many gateway, many routes to take. Right? Omnichannel is everything that has a common issue is going into one. Right? So this is just the background. So today we're not trying to sell you anything. We are trying to share with you this website. Okay. How many people is coming? 37. Let's start. Okay, let's start. The rest can come in along the way. So I plan this talk in this manner. There are actually four main property types that we are talking about. First, we have the HDB. Then we have the condo, landed, and then new launches, right? So every of these sub-platform, I will try to spend 20 to 25 minutes. At the end of it, I will allow 5 minutes to just ask some questions that you have. But overall, at the end of the whole picture, if you have more questions, I'll be most happy to answer if I could, right? And I will be here. Let me show you. This is Ben. Ben? Can you see Ben? Yeah. Okay, this is Ben, and this is Daryl, right? So they are our marketing guys, right? So they'll be very happy to meet you if you want to know how much deeper you can use this platform. You see, data has many stages. They got descriptive data, right? There is a base level of data. You got diagnostic, right? Diagnostic is they find out what is the problem, what are the issues, what we're looking at. Then you got predictive, right? Predictive level is the level that a lot of agencies, the bigger agencies, could do. A lot of developers could do. So they're called predictive. But we have one level which is higher. We're prescriptive, right? We can prescribe how you can do conversion, how you can get leads, how you can narrow down your sphere of influence, your GTA, and so on. Right? So that's what we do. Yesterday, I gave a talk to some big agency on data science, right? So we are data scientists, we are information technologies, and today we're here, right, as an industry player to share with you. Okay, so what is PropTech? Okay. Okay, share screen. Right. One moment. Yeah, start from the very beginning. Okay. Okay, stop. Okay, so a little bit of introduction. It's a Smart Nation initiative, right? To transform the real estate into something that is transparent, digital, smart, reactive, right? And proactive, right? Very important is what is proactive. Right? It is just an opinion because what we do is actually we shelter you. No? We have machine learning valuation, right? You can use it, or you can use it as a guide or as a presentation, right? And if there's somebody say that, oh, your data is not really that accurate, then we'll tell you some of the underlying or this undisclosed factor for it. Okay, right? So all our information is real time, right? As real as probably you're looking at credit information is 11 a.m. this morning. If you look at sales, new launches information is as real as 2 hours ago. It's 2 hours ago, right? So how good is this website, or how well known is this website? Right now you can see here we only launched it in September 2020. when we found the courage to say, okay, we are ready, so we launched it in 2020, but we didn't launch it at a big scale via newspaper, via the back of the pass ad, via TV and so on. No, we use some agents to share it with the GTA area, to share it with a friend. And today, we're very happy to say, right, just a matter of about 9 months or 8 months, right, we have about 24,000 property downloaded, right? Now, the beauty of this property download is at the time you download or when you get the QR code that we send to you, it's evolving, it's real time. You get it last month, and what you see this month is completely different. Figures change according to the latest report, right? And the total number of viewers is 478. Why do people like to view this particular platform? Because we ask nothing of you. We don't ask you to say, there are a lot of in Facebook everywhere. You say, okay, you want the valuation, you want the desktop valuation, put in your name, put in your mobile number, your email, and then we send you a report. No, in this website, it is instantaneous. Like you go into the website, you click your own property that you want to search or you want to know. You supply me nothing. I don't have to know, right? Because I know everything about you. You don't have to tell me anything. You just click and then we'll be happy to send you the report immediately, right? For landed, there's a lot of crunching to do. There are 78, 79,000 landed. If we do not give you pre-prepared we call the ML, machine learning report, right? We guarantee you the report the next day. That one, but you have to give us a number and we say, okay, we give to you, right? But we will not use it. Okay, now, when we're ready, let me show you something about this website, okay? Now, you see here, we start with condominium. I'll do the reverse part. So you have the directory, right? You have most multiple property owner. Then condominium is one of the property that foreigners can own if there are more than 4 levels above. Then we have this month transaction, last month transaction, this expensive condominium. And then we have on block, but on block at the moment is under redevelopment because on block has undergone a lot of changes, right? And for on block, right, we even go to the extent of engaging a psychiatrist, a psychologist to help us. Would the senior citizen in the 60s be more amicable to sell the property, or would the younger guy, would price be a main factor, or would your community be a main factor? So we work with these psychologists and we work with 3 professors, right? I think it's not name dropping, but I think you all know that the foremost expert in real property is Professor Sim Tian Fu. We're happy to say that is one of our associate company director, Professor Agarwal. He is the head of economics in NUS, Professor Song with SMU. Right? So these are the people that we all work with. Right? They are the people with very, very high IQ and knowledge of property. Right? And we work together to give you this free website. Okay, let's start, give an example of directory. You click directory, right? Okay, so a directory you can see here at a glance, right? Over here, right? On block potential, most multiple property owner, most foreign buyers, go down. Last month, most transaction volume. This month, most transaction volume, most expensive condo, right? So we just go in a little bit and look at the let's say look at the project, right? I show you the project. Okay, so because of constraint of time, we chose one already. Okay, we chose one to show you. I think you got the other. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anything? Park Rosewood. Okay. Park Rosewood. Okay. Again, example there. All the 2,800 condominium have almost the same kind of data sets. Okay. So we have 682 caveated out of 689. It doesn't mean that the last 7 has been unsold. It doesn't mean. Some units are not caveated. Either they are retained by the developer or they are bought by somebody that is not in Singapore. They're super rich. They don't need to caveat. But if you take a loan from the bank, you take a draw down on your CPF, you need to put in the caveat, right? Then the tenure, the completion date, the sales, the wide range, right? Because median price is 1,001, so the 398 is probably about 3 to 400 square feet kind of thing. Then there's the bigger one. Then you have all the block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, 10, 11 blocks. Right? We tell you the block separation, then go down. We tell you the last 20 sales transaction. So all these are not rocket science. Huh? These are all, if you know how to navigate, you can go down to the in list, right? Or real list, one of those. Okay, you go down. You go a little bit. Now, then we have the last 20 sales transaction. You look at this guy here and really, why is he here? Is he pay us anything? No. Yes, he pays me nothing, right? It's just that we have a skip program. In our skip program, if you are in a program, you share your closing with us. In return, we will let you know that we will let all the owners of Rosewood know that Andy, has closed a deal there, right? And we send the SMS on his behalf to all the owners to tell them, oh, now the price, right, has changed because there's a written transaction. So in return, not only we pass an SMS on his behalf, but we also, right, showcase him in this platform. I think for skips, you are not mistaken. We have about 9,000 members, right? All free, pay us nothing, right? Pay us nothing, but it's a sharing community. Okay, you go to a little bit. Rental, okay. You look at rental also. So we also, whether you have sold a unit or you rent out a unit, okay, we also showcase you. Look over here. See all these handsome, beautiful ladies, right? Like Ben Chia, Simon, all these are skips. Next page also. All these are all skips member, right? Okay, this is very powerful. I mean, somebody that look at or have an interest in Park Rosewood, either to rent or to buy, will definitely call one of them. Okay, right? And you don't have to pay like some website. You have to pay me a lot to get me to be showcased to get to the top. No, we don't do that. All right. Okay, go on. Then you have the latest rental transaction, right? Okay. Then you have the listing. Now, in listing again, right? It is not our data. It is data that we borrow. Use the borrow from all the listing websites. Some are hard websites like the Newsprint. Some are soft websites. So we give free publicity to the agent, right? Okay. So we also try to be a little bit more responsible, right? If any of this listing is somewhat doubtful, we'll try not to show it. And if the property that they listed has been transacted, we'll try and we'll try and take it off the site. Okay, so this is to make consumer happy, right? Because they will spend a lot of time calling and say, oh, sorry, this is no longer available, right? Okay, so we all play a part in creating a very healthy ecosystem. Right? And this is something you probably later on. This website is free; you can go in anytime. Probably you will have to if you are doing this one. There is a PSF page, there is a square feet page, there is a asking price, and then the agent putting here. You know that the bigger the area, like in this case, 2,000 square feet, the PSF asking price is lower. The other one, which I just showed you a little bit earlier, 431 square feet. The asking price, the PSF asking price is a bit higher. There is a correlation between the size and the PSF. All right. So here, what we've done is that we have taken all the listing. Last year, 2020, there were more than 3 million listings. Yeah? So we did this job, right? Now, in this website, you can see that we are working in conjunction with SEAA, right? SEAA, right? Supported by SEAA. The reason being that we are trying with SEAA and the CA to build a very healthy ecosystem, right? Even though there are 3 million listings, there isn't 3 million property in the market. Like a lot of them are reposting, a lot of them are dummies and so on, right? So we try to make a very clean website here. Okay, and we then analyze the asking price and the PSN, and everything is realistic. Okay, go down. All right, here, the beauty of this part here, all right? So every click you see like 01, 02, 03, all right, all these websites, any of these websites, all you have to do is that you want to know more about it, you just click on it, right? Okay, 02, you just click on it, it give you the floor plan, right? Free, you know? In condominium, there are 300,000 units. We have published 273,000 floor plan, right? And we spent 3 years, 3 years, we're very, very cooperative agent that supply us with it, right? And we have a back office way back in Myanmar, a team of 16 people dissect and then put it into different units, right? We did all this. We could have charged you, okay, one floor plan gave me $2, $3. A lot of people will pay us, right? Right? But we didn't do it. We take the bull by the horn and say, look, we give you free, right? We want to make things, easy. The UI, the usage, that easy for you. Okay, so this floor plan. Then straight away you can see ML, indicative valuation. So what is ML? ML is machine learning, right? Okay, everybody heard of AI, artificial intelligence. ML is a big picture. Artificial intelligence is one of these. In ML, we take a lot of formulas to come up with ML. Right? We take all the sales index, the property index. We take the level, the size. This is called regression valuation. Then we take around it all the available or the new project value is we call it random forest. Okay, so we use all this concept and we come up with the ML. Okay, now ML do not do two things. Right? First, it do not give you the finishing, soft finishing or your floor finishing. It doesn't, because we have no entry to your house. Okay, we also have no haven't built yet the facing. Right, we are actually going to do that very, very soon. Whether it's morning sun, afternoon sun is your real block by the next block and so on, right? Okay, so the indicative value that is for this house, also is that this house there is a negative capital gain, right? Okay, this is very important because if the negative capital gain, then likely he will not sell you because his replacement value is very high. If the capital gain is very high, then you will want to approach that or drop a note to the owner and say, hey, friend, could you want to move on and capitalize and buy a bigger unit and so on, right? And then we have a report. Okay, so this is the report, right? Okay, this is the report. Okay. All right. So in this report, this part is that if you are in front of your owner, the owner will say, okay, I borrowed 30%, I only took 20 years, I didn't take 25 years, or so you can actually work out from, then your interest cost to pay, your will be so much and so on. And then you say, you look at the couple, you say, they are in the 30s, yeah, and they have a young child, they're going to school. This is one of our pet project. We crunch at the entire 170 over primary school in Singapore, using Tableau to give you real-time availability percentages for 2C and 2CS. Right? Recently, the MOE, Ministry of Education, changed the ruling and said that, okay, wherever you are, your address is there for the next not the past, the next 30 months, you have to stay in that location where you are. Right? So you can actually buy this one and then look forward to say, okay, I'm going to stay here at least 30 months, right? Because your SSD period is already 36 months, right? So that is where, okay, after you say you put everything up, we default, you said it's a general report. Now, the general report, generating, okay. Okay, show this one. Okay, the other one, okay. Actually, we have prepared one, but for since we are here, we will share it to you. Why this house there is a negative capital gain, is it? Right. Okay, so this is the report. All right. Okay, so we have a little bit of advantage. We put our company name there, right? It's okay. And you say, okay, there are 12, there are 12 sub-platform of information that we give to you to make you safe and to make us safe. We say caveat emptor. Caveat emptor is a Latin word, let the buyers beware. Okay, right? That means that the data that we share with you are predictive. Okay, analytics are predictive, right? So if they really want to close the deal, perhaps they pay a little bit more and get that professional advice together, professional valuer. Right? But this is good enough, right? It points you in the right direction, right? It's only the last 1-2 steps that you have to doubly sure that you want to be very, very sure, then you pay a little bit. Otherwise, it's free. Okay? Caveat emptor. It's a Latin word for let the buyer beware, right? Okay? Right? Then you can hear, right? ML value, gross capital gain, there's a minus, right? Okay? There are 2 schools, okay? The 2 schools under 2C, there are 3 schools under 2CS. 2C means within 1 kilometer from where you are, the property is. Then the 2CS from 1 to 2, all right? Then of this 689, 8 are MPO, multi-property owners. They're residing elsewhere, or they have another resident elsewhere, right? And when they buy this one, okay? Foreign owner 339, right? Okay, so last year was pretty good. A lot of transaction, 31, 18 million. So it's a good place for you to be. Like if you want some place to start. Median price is 1114. There are 15 listings. So you take off. These are challenges. 15 agents, very active there, right? Okay. Okay, so here again, we say that we use DOTS technologies, right? Technology is it's a unless you have a very very broad horizon of data knowledge, very deep vertical knowledge of data knowledge, right? You will not be able to do DOTS because DOTS not only takes in real estate data, it takes in the SME data, it takes in the other side of the data, the people milestone, we take in the BCA record, the government record, we take in the national statistic to say this is a young area with young family and so on. So we take in all in more than 10 different sub-platforms to create this, okay? To create this, right? Go down a little bit more, you can see here, right? These are the cornerstone, the key figures for this property, right? Total unit, facilities, tenure from 7th of September 2011. So 10 years has passed, so it's 89 years, right? This unit is 431 square feet. It's a condominium. We bought it at 555. He bought it at 1289. But today the median price is 1209, right? 1209. Right? So we say, hey, most people make money from condominium. How come they lose money? You see? They lose money, right? Okay, then we have to say, okay, purchase price to intended sale price, there's a loss of 34. But overall, the loss is even bigger because you take into the fact that there is an interest paid over the last 10 years, right? There's a 73,000, okay? Okay, so past transaction price here, right? For this particular unit, historical for this unit, right? Okay, the first guy bought it for 422, sold it to the current owner for 555. Right? So these are all the sale listing price. Okay, sale listing price earlier when you look at the chart that I show you for this particular condo, right? These are all the 15 agents price that they indicated. So we use this as also as a guide, right? Use it as a guide. And these are the agent free publicity here, right? Their name and contact number. Next one. Right. So this is rental listing. Quickly go down. Right. And this is the mortgage chart. This depends on the figure that you punch in. But this is the default figure. Okay. Next one. Okay. Then the floor plan. Right. So as I say, I mean some smart aleck agent also say, oh, I'm going to sit down and scrap all the entire 290,000 floor plan that Amicus has and build it as my own. Right? But we are quite smart people over here, you know. right? We build a program. The moment you scrap consecutively, right, we will block you for your whole life. You will never be able to get back to our system because we do it. We spend 3 years of our life with at least 60 of our staff working for you to give you free. So be a bit courteous to us, right? Okay, share with everybody. Don't try and scrap it. All right. Okay. Next one, you can see down here, investment analytics. That is the ROI, right? Sale transaction. There is ROI. Okay, over here. Okay, over here is a stamp duty, seller stamp duty. Whether there's SSD, ABSD, SSD involved, right? Yeah, there are some recent purchases, so they're 12% SSD, 62 of them. These are rental transactions. You can see the first four from Skips, right? Skips is a game, right? We're able to give you the floor, but we know the unit, but we're not going to share it with you. Whereas you get URA, they don't, they just give the floor range, right? So our data is a little bit deeper. Okay. So so the other thing is the plot ratio, right? The ROI is 0.23%, right? Annual ROI is 0.23, right? You can see we look at all the owners, right? This is not a very good. If you're going for investment, this is not so good, right? You can see the capital gain is very low. Okay, these are all real figure. This is not predictive, a real figure. Huh? Okay, right. So if there are nearby launches, we'll tell you these are for our random forest formula. Okay, so there's nothing here for new launches nearby. Demographic one, all right. Okay, so we have here from National Statistic, that is June 2020. Yeah, this from the government 2020. So it's about 1 year ago. So it's pretty accurate, right? If it's from the government, right? So you can see the first layer under 5 to 9, right? 5 to 9. These are the school going age, right? So it's 630 female, 730 young child, all right? Okay, right? So what is this for? This is actually to tabulate this the school, right? So you can see here 2C, 2CS, phase 3, 2C, there are 374 vacancies for this year, 146 for 2CS. 2CS is 1 to 2 kilometer. Phase 3. Phase 3 is if you don't fall within any of the category, you go on the phase 3. Phase 3 is basically actually we did this analytics for see, recently there are a lot of buyers from China, Malaysia, Indonesia, India, right? Okay, they are rich, so they can go to private school. But if they don't go to private school, they want to go to our local school, then they find the 3C. So that's why 3, not 3C. Yeah, that's why we put the figure there. Right? This figure is actually now we point it across to China, right? In our Chengdu office, right? So that when they want to come and say, okay, when you have a young child, this is the challenger, right? So you have Fuchun Primary School, Innova Primary School, Seeding Primary School, Woodgrove Primary School. So you see all the different places, right? Now our data is as good as, if not better than Kiasu Parent, right? Okay, because we did a lot of layering to it. We did a lot of layering to it, right? Okay, so next one, I'll get you. Okay, then how did we get the figure? Okay, behind our predictive engine, we took 10 years record, 2009 to 2009 to 2020, and then we average out, right? And then we do a line chart to say, okay, the next year will be so many, right? You can see here, right? A lot of work we've done, right? Okay. And then of course the rest are, I think everybody knows, MRT station, supermarket, clinic, right? Community center, all this. Okay. Now, so this is condominium. Go to landing page, right? Go to landing page. So imagine 290, 300,000, all the condominium, right? Okay, it's all right. Have an individual report, and the report is actually generated up to today. If something happens on Monday, today is Tuesday, right? it will be captured, and the figure will be crunched until today, right? I'll give you an example. Very quickly, most multiple property owner, right? Okay, the rest I think you all can see for yourself. I'll show you some most foreign owner. Okay, most property owner. Okay, but sale has the most. I think we all know why, right? A lot of Indonesians love the place. Deliver also a lot of Indonesian. City Square, a lot of South Asian, our friend from India, right? You know, they love that. Reflections, all these are mixed, good mix. You can see all these are favorite of the people. Now, what is the purpose? If you can say, what is the purpose of showing me this? Right, as a realtor, right? Their total unit are 1111 there. 485 are NPO. What does it tell you? Right? First, there's a lot of renting opportunity there. Correct? There's a lot of opportunity there. Two, there are a lot of absent landlords. Right? There are a lot of absent landlords. That means that half of the people are staying there. So if you are buying, or your client is buying to stay there, then you know that the landlord is a transient community. Half the people are tenants, they'll be there for a while, but you don't know why it's a mix. So it's transient community. So just like Normanton Park, it's a transient, so to a lot of people who are using it, it's a transient community. You know, it's not like people that use it as a starter home. Oh, this is my first home, I'm going to stay here. My common area, the facilities are the nature. It's a transient. A lot of people who wants to use it as a starter home shy away from this kind of community. So these are all knowledge. Okay, these are all knowledge. Right? But again, if there is a chance for en bloc, very good chance, because all these are investors. These are investors, you know, these are investors. So what does the investor do? Right? Investors say, oh, the price is right, I made a good profit, I sell. So a very good chance for en bloc. All right. So you go back to, so you can actually take your time and go through it. I'll show you most foreign owner. All right. Okay. Same one. Oh, okay. I show you another one later on. Under claps. Okay. Go back. Most foreign owner. Okay. I mean, very quickly. Marina One. There's a lot of foreign owners, right? Kingsford, Water Bay, also a lot of foreign owners. Okay. So how do we know all this, right? It's very expensive for us, you know, to know all this. Right? Every single dot that we take the information, one analyze, costs us $5.35. Is the cost of the kilowatt. So imagine, you know, when did I say I didn't say that? But we spent about $2.4 million building this website. A lot of this buy deep dive data, right? Nobody buys deep dive data, right? Only idiot like us will do it, okay? Because we want to show a very complete, a very transparent picture to you, right? Okay. So unlock potential, I think I'll leave it because it takes a whole lesson by itself, right? And again, unlock potential, you must have a big army, right? You must have a big army, right? To get all the owners to sign, right? You must have also be accompanied by a team of professional lawyers, right? You will say, okay, this is the way. Don't miss a single step because you can be sued, right? Or you go to strata, you know, the strata board dispute resolution there. Okay. Okay. Now imagine 2,800 all there, right? You can play with it. Most expensive condominium, last month transaction. Everything is complete. Okay. So I will take a 5-minute breakdown to answer any question. Right. So off screen or this end off screen. All right. Is there any question? Please feel free to ask. Or raise your hand so I can pin you if I can't see you.
You can select the option if you want to allow the participant.
Or they can unmute.
Allow.
So yeah, it's allowed. It's allowed. So it was new question.
Okay, looks like there's no question, right? Or you can ask me at the end of this Zoom session, right? Okay, this Zoom session. So the report, right? You can generate any report that you want to when you're meeting your prospect, right? You can look at the figure. If you somehow feel that the figure is not to your liking, or some of the data is not to your liking, please don't hesitate to call us, right? To call us, okay? As I say, if there is some of the ML valuation is not there, we will react within 24 hours. If you call us, we will react immediately. How is it different from XRX or 99.co? Well, I think first is free. Second, we don't try to get information for you. Third, I think you look at some of the report and some of the analytics, you can evaluate for yourself why is it different, right? Why is it different? Okay, so we are open to challenges, right? We're open to challenges. Right? You decipher for yourself why is it different? Why is it different? Okay, right? And we had consumer calling us, right? They were amazed at our ability to crunch because we do a lot of deep dive data. We take data from a wide spectrum, right? Very, very wide spectrum. Okay. I started off as a lawyer. I'm still a lawyer. And then I went data analytics for the bank for credit. So we take a lot of financial data to crunch, right? We do a lot of scoring. Then I went on to do mortgage data for a local bank and foreign bank, American bank, right? Okay, and that's where we came up with a lot of real property data, very 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 wide catchment that we do. Okay, this one. What must I do to sign up? I think you call. Later I'll share the number you call Ben or Dara to lead you through. There is no money, you don't have to pay any money at the moment, but you have to pay for what you call skip plus, right? If you are plusing to people in the same condominium, it's free. We will share the information. You're closing your transaction rent or sale with the people in the same condominium, free. But if you are saying, yeah, okay. So the question, but this one, Esther is better as a freehold because but it's a junior. Oh, thank you very much. We will definitely look at it, right? I mean, very, very nice of you to point this out to us. Okay, we appreciate feedback. We appreciate feedback. We appreciate really appreciate feedback. Right? If it's 2099, we will change it immediately. Right? Okay. Oh, thank you. You bought the owner list from us and managed to show a few. Well done. Next time you come by, please buy some curry puff cakes for us. Okay. Right? We're most happy. Right? We have a team of people here, right? That of course we want to have revenue, right, to keep us going. But that is not the only thing that we talk about, right? So many times I share with my guys, look, are we doing the right thing for the agents? Right? There are many. We call the fringe industry around. Fringe industry is people like PG, XRX, 99, ourselves, HProp, and so they are the fringe people. But surprisingly today, some of the fringe players are bigger than the agency themselves, right? Except for us, right? Okay, we are not owned by any big company, neither are we have a big investors, right? All the money that we make, we turn back into data purchase. Okay, can I go on to the next one, right? Which is HDB. Okay. Well, I'm running late for 20 minutes. HDB. Now, HDB is very, very challenging. We go to HDB first. HDB is very, very challenging in the sense that first, there is more than 1 million HDB. Secondly, HDB, any resale and so on, they do not disclose the exact unit, exact price, HDB caveat is very difficult to take, right? You know, there are very many, you know, there are many walls built in front of us, but we try and do our best. Okay, we try and do our best, right? So we are not 100% perfect, right? But we did, you see over here on top our the top, okay, right? So we use machine learning, right? But machine learning don't take in many things. First, it don't take in the soft furnishing, the facing, the COV, yeah? The racial quota, the ethnic quota, all this we don't take in, right? So these are all the outliers, right? All the outliers. So if you're the agent on the ground and this is your, especially your GT area, you know better than us. We will just lead you 70–80% of the way there, right? Okay. So, but what we do is that we try to build a very broad database for you. Okay, very broad database for you. Okay, so you look at we have the HDB directory where the $1 million flat, 900,000 to 1 million flat, where the balance lease. Balance lease means that balance 50 years, 40 years, 30 years. Are they useless? Right? There are a lot of talk, you know, to say that actually you don't own the land because it's revert back to the government, right? You know, I mean there's some true weight, but not absolute true. All the 99 condominium also you don't own the land. There's a reversionary interest either to the original, like let's say 8 at Mount Sophia, right? The owner, freehold land owner is the Methodist Church, right? So they only run 103 years, right? All these people. So you don't really own the land. It doesn't mean that the church own it. But until the 99 years, you still own the land. Okay. Then we have the HDB owners, dollar owning private property. This is something which is politically very, very exclusive, right? But we know where the HDB dweller are those guys that. You see, HDB policy is that if you own the private property, you cannot buy an HDB. But if you buy a HDB, if you satisfy the MOP, you can buy a property, a private property. So it's a one-way traffic up. No, you own a private owner cannot go into HDB, right? So there are many rules. Okay. Now, and then you have a BTO. BTO, right? In terms of BTO, some are new launches, some are within the MOP period, some are out of the MOP period. So we try to analyze all these 3 different sets of data, right? But what we have done is what we can do, what we have done and what we can do is that we have given you as much detail as I can. We also share with you 100% floor plan, individualized floor plan. In HDB directory, we have 300,000 floor plan out of 1 million or so. So we have 30% floor plan. So the rest we do not have. But if you have, if you are kind enough to share with us, please don't hesitate, right? We will share with the community. So that's what we are. We are doing a community building service here. Okay. Now, okay, I give you the exciting one. HDB dollar owning private property, right? Okay. So you can see in Amokyo, right? Okay. 6,000 of them owns private property, right? But do I go to Tampines? Can you go to Tampines? Tampines, 10,000 of them owns private property, you know, for where they are, right? So I just have to do a click, view more. You click, not I click, you click, right? Then you can see all this. Simei Street, block 116, there are 57, right? Okay. The 25 listing count. The listing count is not for the private property or the HDB, right? Transaction also for the particular block. Okay, so you know that they are very rich people, but not many of them are selling, right? But 25 agent thinks that they are selling because they're rich block. You know, so with this insight, right, it makes you a smarter agent. That's what we do, you know, right? You know, we can work hard, but nothing beats work smart. All right, you can work smart. You see all the thing here. The view details, you can pick one. Right. Okay, here, right? It tells you this block, 149 Tampines Street 12, right? It tells you that in this block, this is a very exciting block because 124 of them are entrepreneurs. I mean, they have a small little company or big company somewhere. 50 of them are private property owners, right? You know, okay. So We must run through this. Okay. Now, then we give there are three resale, three rental, three resale, three rental last 12 months, two resale, two rental listed last 12 months, right? Okay, built 1984, yes, 37 years has gone by. This is the comparable resale price, latest resale price, right? So this is from HDB, Info HDB, right? Then this young man here, Max Leong from Hartons, right? He is one of the agent in Skips that closed the deal here, right? So we put in here, and then we say, okay, is your figure accurate or not? Okay, is your figure accurate or not? All right. So here is our machine learning valuation, right? So how do I do a machine learning valuation? So you can click here, you can see, right? We take the last date transacted, April 2021, the unit price, the floor range, right? The square feet area, right? Then we take into any index changes, and we say, okay, this unit is 806,000. Okay, okay, so that is our predictive, okay, predictive. We caveat enter with you and I are safe. You know, we try not to get sued. You know, when doing something free, right? We try not to get sued. Okay, so this idea, look at it. This is how we translate that, right? Well, a lot of thoughts is going to it. Okay, then we see, are we accurate? Are we talking nonsense? Then you go down a little bit more. Resale value versus there is one resale count, right? Okay, HDB resale value is for this same unit, not same unit, sorry, same level, right? Is 798,000. Our predictive is 798. Our predictive is 789,300. Differential is $8,700. So we are wrong, right? We are wrong by 8,000. That is within the acceptable differential. Okay, that's acceptable within the different spatial. We do not take into account, as I say, the facing, the soft, the inside, that means the soft finishing, the hard finishing, the COV, right? Some COV is something that is, we find that we've been cracking our brain, you know, for the longest time, when we couldn't pin a formula to it, right? Okay. Okay, next. This is the overall index, right? This is the nearby transaction, median price that you can look at. In Tampines, this is between 200, is closer, then you look down, latest renter, then you have the closing agent, is it? The closing agent. Again, Max and Kevin Cha of OT&T, right? Then you go down a little bit. So these are all, again, you can click away, these are exclusive, right? So again, you click one, you just click any one, right? You can get the report or you can get the floor plan. See the floor plan? No floor plan? Got right? You see, we put here, no personal information are needed to get report. You don't have to give us your name, your phone number, your mobile number, your email. Okay? Can we get floor plan now? Got to get in the report.
Oh, I think don't have the floor.
This is,
Company.
the Tampines don't have. Okay, we don't have, sorry, we have floor plan for this. Okay, so this is it. Then we go to the, go back to the landing page. I'll just run you very briefly because there's a lot more to go in. Go down. Okay, HDB $1 million flat. Okay, take the $1 million flat. So why a $1 million flat? $1 million flat are two things. These are people not on drugs, but they're very high. My neighbor below, sell for $1 million. I think I can get $1 million. So, the wife starts shopping, the husband is looking at cars, goes to BMW, but the money is not there. The money is not there. So who are these people? Right? Recently, we did an exercise, marketing exercise for somebody that's promoting Australian property. We say, hey, these guys are, mentally, they are looking for opportunity. So this guy, but HDB is one of those housing that you cannot create a second mortgage to cash out. There's some cash, right? We cannot do that. Right? So you're sitting on very high asset value, very low loan bearing, right? So you are still happy, like, because you say, I sell something, if I sell, I'm going to make a lot of money. So here you are, right? In Bishan, there's 7, right? Just click Bishan. Okay, so here they are. One study over 1 million, Masonette, 454 Sinmin Estate, all the different estates, right? Okay, so the $1 million. So it's a good targeting, right? Good targeting. Later I'll show you, in one of our other data analytics, right? How we focus on certain estate to lead realtors to the right place. Okay, next. Okay, so these are all spend your stay at home hours of going through it. Yeah, go through it. There's a million of this. Even HDB balance list. Look at it, the balance list. Right? You can see the bubbles, right? Okay, the bubbles. I tell you that. Okay, when we look at the green, the white bubble, right? It's still 90 to 95 year balance. So I'm not too keen on it. So I look at the very low balance here. Look at the one in the middle. Something. In Geylang, Whampoa area is 40 to 45 year balance period. Now, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised.
In 1947, there
a lot of
1 million
older
members.
folks,
We're going to
even
use
the
this
starter
data
home
now
guy,
to create a scatter plot. I
in
highlight
this area.
both
First, the
columns
price is
and the
affordable.
headings of both
Secondly,
columns,
you probably
and
looking
then
at
go
mature
to
estate.
insert
The market is there, the
and
school is there,
select scatter plot.
transportation is there,
Hover over this, it
or
says
the clinic is
scatter.
there.
You
So
may see
some of
that
them say, okay,
well.
I want the,
And it brings down several options.
I can only have so
Some of
much
these
money
have
to
gone off the
spend.
screen.
The rest of the money I want to
I'm
spend on
going to
something
select
else, right? And I want to
just the
have
dollar.
a lot of conveniences because that is a mature
This
estate.
automatically
So you click
created
anyone, let's say Kalang Whampoa,
where
right?
plotted
The 21 transaction.
points of the data.
Surprising.
Notice the X values
Here, right?
are
Resale. Okay, right? There are a
and
lot
the
of
Y
transactions, 6. There are
are
2
the
sales listing. There are
population
6 transactions.
of the
There's 1
church
sale
in
listing.
millions.
What does
It
it tell you?
automatically used
Right?
the church population in
Those
millions
people are not
as
very
the
intelligent.
title
They
of
don't
this.
use data.
I can
to find
edit
them
this
the right
title
way.
though by
That's the
clicking
right
on
way.
it and then
They
making
must find them
edits.
the right way. Right? There are a lot of transactions, but only 2 guys are saying it's worth it. Right? Yeah. So this is an opportunity. You're doing HTP. Look at the balance here. Maybe you should be an expert in balance here. Yeah, you should be an expert in balance here, right? Because then you study the amenity facilities. Oh, market is there. Wet market is there. Coffee shop. A lot of old senior citizens like me like to sit around the coffee shop. That's not true, lah. I don't say coffee shop. I don't drink beer also. All right? Okay. This is it. All right. Look at it. Spend some time going through it. It's all crunched for you, updated for you every day, every minute. We are updating it, or every 2 hours we are updating it. Okay. Right. Go back to the landing page again. I'll be happy to. Now it's okay. Exactly 4 o'clock. I'll be happy to take any question now. Can we go? If you have any question, you can ask now. If not, you can ask me later. Right? Ask me later. There are background interruption. Oh, let me check. Is it? What?
Settle already.
Settle already, yeah? Sorry. Nothing here? Or are you all shy? Or the system is muted? Let me see. Oh, okay. Check up this Esther later on. Okay.
Patrick,
Hmm?
you need to check.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
he's
all,
trying to talk.
no, they can unmute themselves.
No, but no volume. Can they talk?
They can unmute themselves.
Sorry, question here.
We can't hear interruption.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, trying to hear you.
Hi. Okay, I just want to check. I understand that we can actually buy the contact from your company, right? On a particular block or condo addresses, How much is that? And if so, are these contacts cleared from PDPA? You know, that's my question. Thank you.
If you are talking about telephone number to supply to you, since 2015, we don't do that anymore because PDPA do not allow it. So what has been done now, right? For our company, what has been done now? Let me share you some figures. There are 8 million mobile number running about, 1 million landline, fixed line. Of course, landline is less now, right? 8 million mobile, 4 million prepaid. 4 million prepaid again, I think subscribed by transient workers, domestic workers, and so on. So most of these are pretty useless to people in the business community, especially as agent. Then we talk about 4 million postpaid, right? Postpaid. 4 million postpaid, 1.1 million. 1.1 million is on DNC from 2015 to now, right? So that is about 2.8 million number running about. Of the 2.8 million number running about, 1 million over the years we identified as parents subscribing it, but actually helped by their children, school-going children. So every kid has a phone nowadays, whatever the age. Right? So that leaves us 1.8 now. So our data, the balance data, about 1.4, 1.6 million. Now, this data, according to PDPA, must be truncated. Truncated means that, you see, I can share you the name of the owner of a particular property. I can share the price he buy, right? I can share his address, right? If you take the documents from SLA, you can even see his IC number, right? But what I cannot share you is I cannot share you the contact information, right? Because it is not publicly disclosed. That's where it's called truncation, truncating it, right? But again, right, what we have done is that we have to, in order to step one step back, in order not to infringe any of the PDPA rule, we took a one step back. We say, okay, we do a pre-score. Pre-score means that instead of printing the number to a particular house, we print to the street, the block, the estate, the polygon. For landlord, we use polygon. Polygon means we later I explain to you what is polygon. Right? Polygon using vector map, we draw. Okay, everybody is people are staying in near Dunbar Walk. You know, that's where you can. Right? Hard time hearing me. Can maybe I get the wrong one. Where's my map? What is there? So the short answer is that no, you cannot buy any more numbers, right? Okay. The long answer is right since 2015 to now, 2015 to now, right? You know, a total of 3 billion times was scrapped with the PDPC. Last month, 33 million numbers were scrapped, right? So that tells you one thing, right? SMS is still very, very useful, right? Because if you are a bank, if you say use an operational SMS, they do not have to scrap, right? They do not have to scrap, okay? They do not have to scrap, right? If you are doing, let's say, school, sending message to parent, you do not have to scrap, okay? Those scammers, right? They don't scrap. Those scammers, they ask you to take loan, to do some granny, they don't scrap, right? So it tells you one thing: 33 million out of running number of about 2 million, right? Every number, right? On the monthly basis is used almost 15 times. Okay, in Amicus we have our own we call quota. We don't send more than 7, irritate the person, right? More than 7 a week. Okay, so that is numbers. Okay. If there are no question, I'll go to the next one. If you're doing landed, not many agents are doing landed because it's very challenging. But we make it so easy now because we take all the challenges, we put it all together under one platform. Okay. Now, landed. When you look at landed, what are you looking at? Okay. So there are many,
There are many. Go to landed. Share screen. For landed. So my girl is helping me with this, right? I cannot multitask when I talk, I cannot, my fingers are right in front of me. I can't do anything else. Go to landed. Go down, go up. Okay. So landed by itself, there were 78 to 79,000 landed in Singapore. GCB, there are 2008. But even though there are 2008, I can share with you that some are owned by, say, in the olden days, the MNC, the local MNC, the big companies can own it. The banks, the embassy can own it, and so on. So all in all, circulating around is 2002. Right? Then we put cluster under landed. Right? We put townhouses under landed. We put Sentosa under landed. Sentosa is a different kettle of fish because in Sentosa, right, foreigner can buy even though it's landed. In the mainland, unless you got the LDAU approval, then LDUA approval, right? Yeah, LDAU approval, you cannot buy the local one, right? So, but there's a lot. Later I'll show you. There are a lot of transaction in landed. So these are new citizen, the new rich, people will make money from the digital community. All this, right? Now in landed, the challenges is what? Okay, even though the number is small, there are a lot of challenges. First, every landed is different. You may, unless it's intermediate terrace, there's some similarity, but every property is different, right? 1, 2, okay. Since 1995, that's the start date from SLA when they digitized their records, right? But there are a lot there. There's almost 30,000 landed that has not been transacted since 1995. 1995, right? And then from 1997 onward, right? There's a BCA. There is a planning decision, right? Right. That affected almost 40,000 landed in Singapore, right? So the price is changed, right? If I have a capex, a capital expenditure of 2 million to rebuild my house 2 years ago, right? My land price is definitely going to be, my sale price is different. So the neighbor will say, hey, how come my neighbor can sell, for 1,400 PSF, I only can sell for 1,100. The differential, this system will tell you why there is a difference. It give you all the data to tell you why there's different. If you are thinking of doing landed, this is a very good, listen carefully, it's a very good lesson that I'm conducting now. All right, okay, so, okay, I give you a sample of what is landed. Okay, just give a sample first. Give a sample. Okay, so down below you can actually get all the different sample report, right? To acquaint yourself to how report is generated. And you can see in this report, right, there is a, okay, you can see number 39 Tavistock Avenue, right? Okay, so this is a real report, by the way. This is generated for some of them. We have 9 different layers of information that is given to the house owner. Now, I am very happy to tell you to share some of the feedback that I have. Right? A number of agents, okay, ask for assistance in creating a report. Basically, I said we're going to see the owners tonight, and they're kind enough the following day, the next day, to say thank you so much. The owner is so impressed with the report that he appointed me to be there are 2 or 3 other agents trying to take the deal to exclusive, sign the exclusive with me, right? The owner thinks that this agent did fantastic research to give him a report, right? So I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you that what other agent has been telling us. Okay. So again, we're at caveat emptor. You go down, right? So this report, we have the ML indicative value. ML is machine learning, right? So again, for landed, it is very, very, very challenging. Not only we look at the BCA, the planning decision, we look at the locality of the house, when it was built, the building footprint, right, the attrition value. Do they have a basement? Do they have a swimming pool? Does it share a common party wall? Right? Is it a corner house that is suffer some loss to the spray corner? We look at the house number. right? Would it be challenging if you're number 44, right? Okay, if it's a big land like 12,000 square feet versus a land across the road that is only 4,000 square feet, is it the same medium price, right? So all these are all things that we have considered. We have considered and we tell you, okay, this is what we tell you. So capital gain for this house is 2.25, right? There is no school nearby. 2 CS, there's school. So in Serangoon Garden, we all know that primary school, there's nothing nearby. PCA total cost 1 million, right? So the rebuilding cost, 1 million is cheap, right? But you have to look at the year and the size of the land, right? Okay, transaction around this street, there are 3, total value of 13 million, right? So we say, oh, 13 million, I will probably make quite a lot. 13 million is 260,000. Yeah, 260,000, you know, if I'm agent squatting here, right? Median price is 1420. So this median price does not factor in the capex, capital expenditure. So there's only one listing. Okay, so what do we see here? So we see this pretty girl here, Jasmine. Looks pretty on photo, right? Okay, this is Jasmine. So she is the one from Hutton that is squatting in this thing. I think those of you in the market long enough know that Jasmine is very focused on Serangoon Garden, right? She reviewed the earnings to me, but not to Iras. She makes a ton. Okay. Now, so these are the cornerstone figures, right? So tenure is 999 years, right? Okay, 99 years is as good as a fee simple, freehold, right? Area from 1 map, 2655. It's a semi-detached house. PSF is a purchase PSF, okay, is 727 because it was not transacted since, no transaction since 1995, right? Okay, so we take the 1995 as a start value, okay, as a start value, okay. So indicative purchase price, then was 1995. It's indicative, okay. So there's no transaction since 1995. You go down a bit, okay. Jam out, can really. Okay. Okay, go down a bit. Sorry, one moment. Okay, so the value, the raw price is 1,002 PSF, right? Then you got to add in the BCA cost, right? And that's how you came up with the four something. You have a drawing. You could take away the drawing. Take away the drawing. Clear all drawing here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then you go down a bit more. Will you stop sharing? Okay, good. All right. So there's no transaction 1995. There is some listing here, right? So if there's a listing again, we have a very deep we have a very deep platform which are not sharing openly, right? Because it might upset the owner. We actually know the postal code of the house that is listed, right? We use a lot of our AI, right, and algorithm that we built to say, hey, this is the house. How do we do it? We take the land area, we take the yeah, somebody is screwing. Okay, somebody is screwing on the website. Yeah. Don't share the site. Okay, now, so these are all the listing, right? Okay, up to April, May, 5th of May, 2021. Okay, then there's rental listing. Go down a bit. We can tidy up later. Go down a bit. Can you go down? Okay. So again, it appear twice. Mortgage information. I think earlier I told you that this can be recalibrated with in the owner's present. If the owner knows that how much he spent, how much he borrowed, for how long he borrowed. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. Then you go down a little bit more, right? See, for the whole street of Tavistock, we tell you which house there's no transaction. No transaction doesn't mean it's opportunity. No transaction, but if there's no transaction by a BCA means that the person is going to stay there, he's going to build it up for his children, right? There is actually no opportunity, right? There's no opportunity. Yeah. We see him too. Okay, right? All right. Then you have the planning decision, right? Okay. You have all the plan decision go down. The plan decision PCA record, right? Is again is available. Is available everywhere. Is available everywhere. But we took the opportunity to put it together, right? And then these are recently transacted with the SSD. Okay, go down. These are the latest sale transaction that we, again, you can get it anywhere, but we put it together for you. Right? Okay, latest renter. Okay, go down. Go down a bit. All right. So this is from one map. The red line is the frontage, right? The red line is the frontage. Go down a little bit more. Right. This one again is the building outline. Okay, go down a bit more. Right. These are the planning decision. Okay, from 1991 downward, right? 1994, right? It was erected in 1994. One pair of two-story semi-D with an attic, right? And then the subdivision was allowed then, right? So it's already a total of 25 years, right? So we factored in, let's say, in 1994, 1995, how much will it cost for PSF? One PSF, right? One per square feet, right? For every level to build it up, right? And then we take in account the building outline, the building, the GFA area, and we came out with $1 million. Okay, so all this is we have a formula at the back, right, to write it up. Okay, and this is of course the school that we all and look at it a little early. All right, then you go down a little bit more. We show you at the end of it. This is how we crunch the data. At the end of it, nearby station and so on, community preschool, right? Okay. Okay. So this is the extra, right? That has been done. So we take a little map. We tell you, okay, this is the let long for this particular property. You go down. Okay. So start our SLA digital journey, right? So we have this milestone, property milestone that we did for you. This was the thing that we did for a particular agent, not for this property, a particular agent, right? And the agent was so happy. We showed the owner said, you tells me thing about my house that I don't even know about, right? So it's a semi-detached house. The milestone starts from 1999. 1995, that's the time that also we shared the SLA, the digital journey. Then we know that 1994 February, right? Okay, there is a proposal to build, right? So it's 1 year before 1995, but we managed to get it from BCA, right? From BCA, okay. Then you go down a little bit. Then 1995, there's a subdivision, right? So again, right, you know that separate title has been issued, right? There's a survey done, and this is it. 2021, go down a little bit. So this is the formula that we have, right? Okay, 1990, he bought it for 1.9, 727 PSF. The price index today is 1.2, right? Okay, the house adjustment is depending on the size of the house, the number of house, whether it's a corner unit, spray corner, whether you are next to any noisy other structures, and this is the indicative value, right? That's how we build for every single property in Singapore, right? Okay, so we also say that if any of the house that we miss out quite a lot because it is very, very tedious, There's a team of us that sit down and build it, right? And when we don't have it, right, we assure you, give us a call. We'll do it for you within an hour. Okay? Okay. Any more on lender? See? Okay, I'll share you very quickly. I'll share you on GCP. GCP. Go back. Go GCP. Go back. Okay. GCP, as you know, are good class bungalow. So the perception of a lot of people is that GCP must be 15,000 and above. Not necessarily so. There are some estate like cashew estate, you know, they are less than 15,000. They are in fact below 10,000, right? But they are classified as GCP. Okay. So what does it tell? I share you some of the latest. I look at here. Total of 2863 GCP transaction in 2021. There are 42, right? 1.08 billion transacted, right? GCB, right? Not many agents are involved in this because the fear is there, you know, is every GCB costs 30, 40 million. Now in this case, 42, 108, that means it costs about 40 million thereabout, you know, right? So they are afraid, right? Don't be afraid. If you have an opportunity, right? If you need to spend half an hour with me to run it through, I'll run it through because I know GCB very, very well, right? Okay, I know GCB very well. We spend a lot of time, we assist a lot of agents in GCB. Okay, now at a glance, what does it tell you? Okay, so comparative between transaction and total amount for last 10 years. You can see 2021, right? Okay, almost 1.08 billion. And last year, right? The whole of 2020 also among that. What does it tell you? This year is going to be a boom year for the people squatting in GCB, you know, right? Okay, boom year for them. There are only a few guys that thinks that they are very good in GCB. You can be one of them. Not to worry. You can be one or two. You got to spruce yourself up. You got to carry yourself up. And more important than that, you got to equip yourself, right, mentally with all the knowledge and all the belief to do a GCB. Okay, 46 GCB sold in 2020. So when you view, you know who they are. 40 sold in 41 sold in 2018. It's a lot, you know, there's a lot, right? You know, there's a lot, you know, of GCB, you know, it's good. There are, as I said, there are 2004. So 2000 floating around, 41 sold, there's a lot, right? So let's say look at those sold in last year, 2020, right? We click review details, right? You can see the comparative chart where they are, right? The house number, the price, the PSF, and so on, right? You know, for all the different area, all the homework is done for you, right? All the homework is done for you, where they are, and so on, right? Beautiful, right? Okay, okay. In GCP, we have very deep data, but we are not sharing it openly. We know the community who owns it, how come he can own it, right? Where his source of fund? He's a businessman, he's a top professional, or he's old money. Old money means not OWE, OLD. That means that he purchased it long time ago when GCB is only, you know, less than 5 million. Today is worth 30 million, right? You know, 30 million. Okay, it's all here. In GCB again, you go up and see. You just go up to any of them. Go down, you go down some more. Okay, over here. 258 is owned by companies. Companies are big companies. Okay, and 43 company own more than one, right? The banks and all this. So they are allowed in the olden days, in the early days, olden days, they are allowed to buy government embassy, you know, like Napier Road, even at behind the Whittingham, the Leiden area. A lot of these are owned by Vietnamese embassy and so on. Right? 2554 probably owned, 217 are multi GCB owners. Okay, multi GCB owners. So these are all the polygon where they are, right? Oh, this is what I meant by polygon. Polygon is that we identify certain properties, right, as having similar features, or characteristic, and we then classify together because it help us in doing valuation. It help us in crunching data, right? So any one of those that we pick, right? So Victoria Park, we zoom in. You click this one. Can you click? No, you cannot. Okay, help. Right? Okay. So example like Belmont Park. Okay, there are 45 houses here, right? The last transaction was in 2019, 34.5 million, right? So some of these we help you to say, okay, what are predictive commission? You know, what are predictive commission? You know, right? Yeah. I mean, in GCB, if you sell one, I think you can rest for 1 year, right? This guy, you know, I don't mention, same surname as me, right? Who did a fantastic deal. Okay, he did a fantastic deal, right? Okay, any more? Cluster. Let's look at cluster. Okay. Look at cluster. Right. Take your time and go through it yourself. Okay, take your time and go through it yourself. You look at cluster. All right. Okay. Now these are 174 cluster projects all over Singapore. 999 freehold, 99 29 999 leasehold. There are 145 projects. 99 leasehold. There are 29 projects. So again, a lot of them are multiple property owner. So some of them rent out their house. Okay. Right. So we do. You go down a little bit on this one. Okay, so I'll tell you that because ML valuation are close to transacted price. Okay, so you look at the Palm Grove Regency. Look at this. The resale price of one of the unit there was 2.2 million at 775 PSF. Our ML valuation, there is no cheating involved. You know, there's no hindsight. We did valuation before the sale. Our ML valuation was 2.218, 800. The difference is 1,200. Of course, the resale is higher by 1,200, right? You look at the other one, S Villa, right? Okay, Nim Road. Resale price was 3.1 million, right? 780 square feet. Our ML valuation is 3,098,200. Differential is 1,800. Resale price date is 20 May 2020. So we, for HDB, for condo, for cluster, right? Not landed yet, not landed yet for cluster. We share our ML with the actual transacted price, right? Okay, actual transacted price, you know, and we found that because there are many reasons why the accuracy in cluster is there, because cluster are very structured building, you know. Okay, cluster, every house is the same as the other house. The only thing that we do not know is the inside, right? Okay, finished. Actually, the flooring is all about the same, right? All about the same because they're all put in by the developer. The only thing that we do not know is, of course, you know, how well they kept the house, the soft finishing and so on. Okay, the very challenging for us every day. We spend 2-3 hours, a group of us, is we look at every house, other lender house, and then we try to do an ML, right? That actually is driving us crazy, right? But it is very, 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 very powerful, right? Very, very powerful because it helps. It helps. It makes your job so much easier. 80-90% of the job is done by us. Okay, so this is cluster, right? Again, if you see there's something that's not right, please share with us, right? Please share with us. We'll be most happy to on the learning curve with you. Go down. See over here. So Binjai Crest is somewhere that we went a little bit wrong. We were out by 7.23%. Right? But if you know Binjai Crest, you know it's very challenging for Binjai Crest. Either you love it or you hate it, right? You love it or you hate it. I was actually looking at Binjai Crest to buy it for my son, you know, to buy it for my son. Right? That was 3 months back, you know, and at the end of the day, I don't know why he hates it, but I love it. Right? Okay. That's it. Anyone? Okay. That's it. Okay. This lady here, Okay, why do they appear? I'm not trying to sell you anything. Today, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Today, I'm just telling you. This lady, Phyllis Tan, right? You know, from PropNext, right? Because she's a squatter. Squatter means that for this project, in fact, for all the cluster, she spent a ton of money to say every cluster, put my photo there so that all the seller, the owner that's selling will call me because I share with them all the information is here. Any buyer will call me. Right? So Phyllis has been squatting in all the cluster, right? All the cluster, what else is there? So that she will be the feature agent for here. Okay. If you want to find out how you can be a squatter, you call Ben or you call Dara. I think the number is there, right? And how to be a squatter. Okay. Now squatting is different from all other listing platform that you look at. Squatting is like a stalker, you know. You are there every time. The face is staring at you, whether it's pretty, ugly, or messy looking, right? You're always looking at the squatter. So she's like a stalker, right? Whereas in other listing platform, right, only when you key in the keyword, right, or certain property or certain street or certain project, only then you can see your listing. But you don't see yours. You see a ton of other listing, right? And only when you pay a little bit more, they can see you earlier at the top or faster. Okay, we don't do that. We only do one thing. If you are squatting here, you are the only person that squats here, nobody else for one whole year, right? We don't say, hey, Phyllis, somebody else, no, this lady, Dawn, right, is going to pay me a little bit more. I add her photo here. She adds me, or she pays me a premium. I put her photo in on top of you, right? So we don't do that. We honor our deal with you. You squat here for 1 year. In next year, you decided that you get a good return from here. You again, right? You have 60 day. You're not mistaken, right? Option, or 30 day. First right of refusal, 30 day before it expire, right? You know. Okay, so that is what is made by squatter. It is completely different. It is a pull technology, not a push technology. A push technology is where we send the SMS out into the phone. This is the push technology. This is a pull technology. A person has to go into this website to see you. But she is a stalker, right? She's not a chance, happened by chance. Okay? Oh, you happen to key in a keyword, you happen to see her because, and you happen to pay more because you go to the top. No. Okay? So this is a stalking, a squatter, right? So project list, you can see here they are so many project lists. Okay, that's her project. All her project, by the way, listing project. Then you got listing, other listing. Okay, let me see whether we do other listing. I cannot remember. No? All cluster. See whether there's some. I keep chatting. There's other listing beside her. See her photo comes above. House is transaction. You go down. You go down. You go down. These are with transaction. With no transaction, house list. Okay, so we don't have a listing page. It's all hers. Okay, now we go back to okay, Sentosa is developing, right? Only the landed part of it, the condominium part of it is under the condominium, right? Okay, townhouses also been developed at the moment, right? Okay, 10 minutes to share any information that we have with you. ML stands for machine learning, right? Machine learning. Okay, machine learning. I think you heard many times. AI. AI is artificial intelligence. So AI is a subset of machine learning. Machine learning is a bigger picture, right? Bigger picture, right? AI is a subset of machine learning. Okay, so in machine learning, how shall I put it? In machine learning, first you need structured, unstructured data. Unstructured data are those data like line of sight, footfalls, the dwell time, all this. Then you take into what is called machine learning. I think SEAA, I'm marketing for SEA. SEA yesterday did a data science class on machine learning and deep dive learning. So I was one of the two speaker. If you're keen, I think you can contact SEA to have a next session. It's under the CBD class, right? Okay. Anything else? Okay, nothing. Let me go to our latest. Our latest is Collapse, right? Okay. When we build Collapse, right, we re-engineered it from our old platform called BUCD. BUCD is Building Under Construction Digitization. So we changed it to Collapse, right? Collapse is Condominium Launchpad, right? So since 2017 to now, there are 152 new launches, right? So you know that there is this ABSD thing. So in 2017, only Martin Modern, only this project remained with some unit unsold. The rest all fully sold. Okay, so we are happy that we share with you today. Really raised a real-time data right up to the hour or 2 hours. Okay, so I will share you some generic information first. You go to that our chat where the owners come from and all this. Okay, yeah, I can share with you some generic chart under radars. Is it here? This one. Okay, so this is it, right? First and foremost, you don't have to pay us anything to know all the floor plan of all the new launches, individualized and slice for you. Okay. Okay. So new sale transaction. Okay. So last week the 136 right transaction right, over 38 projects. Okay. So today is the 8th, right? Today there were 4 sold. Okay. There were 4 sold. Okay. Yesterday the 21 sold. Okay. All right. So later we'll tell you that mainly our data comes from those caveat lodge in SLA, but we also have a sharing community that share with us the closer, then the so pending caveat. We also have those information. Okay, go back. Okay, example. Okay, take this one, right? Daily soap pending caveat. You can see here, real time. Okay, I will share you Midwood. Okay, Midwood. Can you see? Can you see? No. Okay, wait, I'll show you another one. Okay, then we go down a little bit. So last 2 weeks sale, last 3 weeks sale, last 4 weeks sale, last 5 weeks sale. They are not cumulative, They're all different weeks, right? So last 5 weeks, last 2 weeks, 180 weeks. So you saw what is today. So this week is on the daily basis, from June 1st to June 8th on the daily basis, right? Then you see last 5 weeks, the sales, right? So which project, go down a little bit, last 5 weeks sale, province resident has 235, total transacted price 273. Now, you say, oh, I'm not from the Hopes. Hopes is Hutton's, OT, Propnex, HOP, ERA, SRI. I'm not from Hopes. Right? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not that you have no hopes, right? You can be the guy that brings the buyer there, right? You can use a lot of system to bring the buyer there, right? So when you bring the buyer to any of the Hopes agent, I think I'm not so sure, your comma is higher than as an introducer, right? Okay, so there are no hopes. All those guys squatting there, if you're just having a showroom planting, then they got no hopes. All right, now let me go down. Okay, caveated and not caveated unit by unit. Okay, so total is how many? Caveat is 6705, not caveated is 2, right? That is 2017. Then you look at 2018. 2018, you can see the changes here, right? Okay, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2019, 6,000 over not caveated because there is when OTP is issued, right? It takes about 4 to 5 weeks before the buyer, exercise it. Then it takes another 2 to 3 weeks before SLA, upload it to URA to show it in the real list. Okay, right? So that's 2019, 2020, right? Again, you can see here, right? So this data that we share you, right, is really, really dynamic, right? 4,001, 2021, not caveated at all. All right, okay, you go down, not caveated at all. Here, right? Because we buy the micro data, the caveat itself, we know who are the buyers. Right? We do not rely on generalized data from SLA, right? We know, right? 2020, 2021, China, right, formed the biggest chunk. Malaysia. Now, Malaysia is a misunderstood child, A lot of agents say, no, they don't look at Malaysia, right? India, of course, India, right? India, because of CECA arrangement, a lot of Indian aspect came over here. And where they are clustered, we'll tell you, District 14, 15, they're all there. Not because everybody says so, no. We have data to show you why, how we come to that conclusion. Indonesia, right? Indonesia, okay? Now, you look at these 4 countries, right? And then you look at Hong Kong. This morning, there's a report that a lot of Hong Kongers are coming here. Hong Kongers are coming here. Then why people we have people, you look down the line, we have people from Switzerland, 20. We have USA. Where is USA? 216. Why? Because they're under the FTA. They do not have to pay the ABSD. So our government has some arrangement with USA, with Switzerland, with Sweden, right? Of the FTA arrangement, they do not have to pay the FTA, the ABSD, under the FTA agreement. Then the next question, people on China, right? Malaysia, why? Okay, Chinese, there are a lot of super rich, right? They park their money in Singapore, right? Okay, when they park the money in Singapore, the super rich, they are not interested on the ROI, the capital appreciation, the capital gain, and so on. They park in Singapore first as a second asset base, number one. Number two, they are buying insurance. Should anything happen in China, they have money here, right? So usually, right, they pay cash here. They park their cash here. Right? Malaysia, of course, Malaysia is a little bit turbulent, and a lot of Malaysians park their money here. India is because of the close cooperation between Singapore and India, right? They bring all their money here. They also bring sorry, it's a bad joke. Some of the COVID here, right? Okay, just ignore this. Indonesia, a lot of Indonesians also park their money here. So when they park the money here, right? Either they say, okay, I just hold assets, or I also bring my family here. They bring their family here, then you will know that our school tableau program is very, very useful for you. Right? You show phase 3 where they are, the school where they want to go. You see, they are rich, but when they come to Singapore, they want to put their children on a mainstream school. But this is what we found out. They want to put the children in a mainstream school. I don't want to put them in the in American school, so on, unless they have no choice, right? But most of them they put in the mainstream school, right? They learn better in the mainstream school, right? And that's where phase 3 comes in. Very useful. We after this session we go to crunch all the phase 3 availability, and then we put it at a separate portal. These are all the phase 3 ability, right? So having said so, right? This portal today I'm sharing with you is completely free. Sorry, I'm just checking whether I'm running out of time or not. It's completely free, right? It's completely free. But in China, we set up a Chengdu office. Right? In China, we sent to a Chengdu office, right? China is, you cannot push technology. They got to opt in. So we have 8 portals that we do there that quite so so WeChat, towing, all this, right? So we also help agent to publicize it. In India, we have our team in China, in Chennai. In Indonesia, we have our team in Jakarta. In Malaysia, we have it in Anggun that we help out, right? So what we do, of course, we help you to publicize your listing there, all right? So I tell you, I will show you another thing, right? The housing estate, the buying and the unit. Either radars, I think. You see here? You got radars, sir? Okay. So you are probably the first few guys that see this particular platform that we crunch, right? Okay, so we crunched 2017, 2021, all the HDB upgrader and you see all the new sale, the hit, right, is generated by people from HDB upgrader, right? The total transaction. Now this is not full. We only gather between 50 and 60% of data. The rest we are still gathering. $5.8 billion already. Okay, then you go down. Okay, Tampines is one the rich one. Jurong West, Sengkang, Bukit Merah, Hougang. Right. So I go down, deep dive data, right? And then all the different estate where they buy and so on. I give an estate. I look at Tampines, right? Okay, I love Tampines because because they are unusual group of dwellers there. Right? Search the button below. Okay, below the button. You can see the map here, right? The map here, right? Arrow shooting up. The bow are all the HDB block and Tampines. They all stay there, right? Okay. So at this moment, we are not enabling for you to see which block. But from an earlier presentation, which block has how many owners, right? But here in this case, we have not enabled it now for you, right? But you can see HDB dealer, they buy way across the island onto the other side. INZ resident. Look at the quest. Okay, look at the quest. When you click on any one of these, you can go and play with after this. When you go and request, what can you see? You can see request buyer also come from all over the island, right? All over the island, right? All over the island. Okay, and also all over the world. You go down a little bit. Do you have the foreigner one? Okay. So this is what? This is. Okay. I'll give you an example. Martin Modern. All right. So every one of these, we also try to analyze where the buyer come from. Okay. So you can see Martin Modern. I said Martin Modern 2017. Fantastic project, but still because of its asking price, there's some unsold. So where the buyer come from? Go down a little bit more. Okay, over here, you go down. So all the different part of the world, right? Even if they say they come from St. Kitts, from Vanuatu, right, or from any of these places, we can tell you that they are not the brown native. The guy that buy from St. Kitts, right, is actually a Chinese holding a golden passport. Example: New Futura, 102 unit, and an average price of $8 to $9 million. Right? So we analyze all the buyers. I say, hey, how come people from St. Kitts, from Vanuatu, from Dominica so rich? Then we dive inside. We contacted our associate in St. Kitts, and we find out they're all golden passport holder. They only had to pay $300,000 to get a golden passport. So they carry 2 passports. And if they buy the property, they register here. But of course, it's against the law in China to have a golden passport. So again, I show you some of the data up here, right? Here, we stop here. So 137,000 property owned by HDB dwellers. As I said earlier, HDB policy is a one-way traffic. You own HDB, you satisfy the MOP, only then you can buy a private property. If you own a property, you cannot buy a HDB. Okay, and these are all the ethics. Tampines is a big chunk, right? Sengkang. Sengkang is not too bad also, right? Go and enjoy looking at all these figures. Some of these figures are politically explosive, but it's exciting figures. Okay, so what we are doing next, we are looking at all the BTO, right? We are looking at all the BTO and say, hey, do BTO owner have this characteristic that they'll buy immediately after the MOP period? 5 years or just about 5 years, the 6 year they sell, then they buy a condominium. So we are making a study here. So when I say we are making a study, it's not me alone. So I'm doing this research paper with Professor Singh, Professor Agrawa, Professor Song. Now Dr. Lee Naija is also joining us to do all this analytics, right? On the analytics. And we have this analytics, we will share this academic paper with all of you, right? But here you have, academic paper is too broad and too deep. Here we share you a subset of many data to make you a more successful salesperson, right? Especially today, what you see here, there are tons of information. It took 3 years of my life. It takes $2.4 million out of my pocket to build this, right? But the satisfaction is when the agent find it useful, they make themselves a better person, okay, better agent. Then they give us a call and thank me. That is very touching. But even better is they bring some cake or curry puff here, right? Of course, you don't really give down, then Ben and Daryl is come to help you. Right? All this has very deep layers, 3 or 4 layers deep. Okay. Okay, come. I can share some question now because it's almost 10 minutes to time. How accurate? You can search for yourself. Shirley, you say how accurate is ML? You can search for yourself because we in the early days, when we first launched, right? We have a lot of little issue that we have to correct. But today, I'm very happy to say that we have corrected most of this issue, right? And today is we take the bull by the horn. We tell you our value. We tell you HDB resale value, and you see the differential. How far off are we, right? Okay, so every flat that you look at, you please spend some time look at it, and you can see that particular chart. Right? For us, it shows either we are very stupid, we are very accurate, or we are very silly. Okay, good. How to filter caveated and non-caveated by different years? Non-caveated by different years. Oh, that is an exercise that can be done, right? That can be done, and non-caveated doesn't mean it's not so. It's not like ramen unit unsold, right? It could be too many reasons. No, there are many reasons. I'm a lawyer. I tell you why not caveated. Because lawyers working on very thin margin. So they say, I give you, okay, I charge you 2,500 for a new purchase. So every disbursement is covered by me. So some of them try to not file a caveat. Because caveat will cost you $50 to file one caveat, right? So they say, I know my margin is so tight. Maybe I take the risk of not filing it. I'm just saying, I'm not saying every lawyer does it. Okay, so that's one of the reason. The other reason is, of course, foreign buyer, they do not take loan. So there's no insistence by CPF or by the bank. Okay, good. Next thing. Okay, no question. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. You can call Ben or Daryl if you want to know more. But I would suggest that you go into this website. This website is very well visited, not only by agent but by the house owning community, right? The house owning community. So I have not only local owners. I have a Korean man that comes here, right? And that's before this restriction time, and say, look, I want to spend a month or two with you to learn how you come up with this data. Okay. Will you be marketing this, of course, to property owner and seekers? Yep, that will after today, next week when we when we go around with the with all the agents, right? With all the agents. So we want to give you the first movers advantage. You know more about it before we go to all the property owners. Right? We have every intention to go to the property owner, not only via our push tag SMS, we even send to them a unique QR code. We say, keep it there. Anytime you want to find the value of your house, just scan the QR code. It's an evolving QR code developed by us, right? Developed by us. We also can do an evolving QR code for new launches. We'll tell you this project last month sold 50 units. Today, this month, so another 15 units, so total 65. So where the buyer come from, or there are many upgraders, or there are many overseas buyer from China, right? So there is, right? But because we all working on our own budget, right? So we do not want to spend too much money doing a mass plus, in the early days when PG came about, I think they spent a lot of money. They spend a lot of money doing A&P, advertisement and promotion. Right? We don't have that kind of money, right? So we do it slowly, right? But we give substance, right? Everything that we do here, right? If it's wrong, like just now you say that unit is wrong, all the data is wrong. Please share with us. We'll try and correct it. Right? We are not, and personally, I'm not in the sales line for marketing, right? I mean the data line. Okay, if there's nothing else, thank you all very much. Spread the news around. Don't be selfish. Tell your friend, tell your colleague, tell your team member that there is this website, and it's free. You don't have the free, completely free. That means that no need in terms of money, in terms of information. You don't have to tell me that I'm so and so. This is my contact information and email. Give me your data, then I'll give you a data information. No, you can get it, right? So some guy, thank you very much. Looking forward. Thanks, good stuff. Thank you very much. Right, we try our best, and if we have anything wrong, right? Please call us. Please call us, and we give us a day or two. We will try and rectify it. By the way, right? Our developers not only sit in Singapore, we have a team that sits in India. We have a backend team that sits in Myanmar, right? We have a team that look after Cambodia, Malaysia. Okay, so we do have quite a lot of people, and of course we work with real estate in Indonesia. Right? So we do try very hard across the region. Right? Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye bye. Okay, yeah. Only 43 only.
What is the website?
Huh? What is the website? I say, what's the website? You say PropTech.amicus.sg.
Okay.
Huh?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's open access, no password, nothing. You did that.
Amicus.com.sg. Okay.
Yeah, I like the Wonder Woman behind you.
My wifey one.
Behind you, there's a Wonder Woman, right? Looks like Wonder Woman.
It is.
Yes. Okay, cheers. Wonder Woman.